I swear, sometimes the boxing world is so slow, you have to make up stories just to make out a video. But right now, it seems that the boxing world is hitting us like a ton of bricks. There's news everywhere, and sometimes you're not able to cover everything. So right now, the whole boxing world is talking about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Keyshawn Davis. Now, if these guys fight, whose last name's gonna go first? As we all know, Keyshawn Davis just had a fight this last Friday, and it was against the hard-charging Lemos. But he destroyed Lemos in only 2 rounds, even though Lemos came in almost 7 pounds overweight. But the only thing about that, Lemos was always fighting at 140, and he went down to 135. So that means he wasn't really weight drained, and Keyshawn Davis is just in another level. I also do recall Keyshawn Davis and Gervonta Tank Davis were talking ish about each other back and forth on social media, and it got so heated that Gervonta Tank Davis started talking mad ish about Keyshawn Davis' family, including his mom. Now, to me, those are fighting words. Now, I am a Keyshawn Davis fan and a Gervonta Tank Davis fan. Tell you the truth, there's not a lot of boxers that I'm not a fan of, because I'm a fan of boxing in its entirety, and I am always imitated, never duplicated, but for sure, I'm boxing instigator. Now, with that being said, a long time ago, there was a rumor that Keyshawn Davis actually knocked out Teofimo Lopez's father. And in a separate interview after all that happened, he was talking ish about Teofimo Lopez, saying that he didn't do anything about that incident. Now, what I'm trying to get at is Gervonta Tank Davis is talking mad ish about your mom, and that's actually somebody that gave you birth. A father just got a woman pregnant, right? But what are you gonna do about that? Now, to me, those are fighting words. That ish wouldn't ride with me, dog. And if you let that ish slide, that means you're fake, because you did state that you would do something about it if somebody came up to your family or did something to your family. And this is your mom, dog. You should do something about it. If you're gonna fight on the street, go ahead, but I mean, I'd rather you guys fight in the ring. So the argument with Keyshawn Davis and Gervonta Tank Davis got so heated that Gervonta Tank Davis actually challenged Keyshawn Davis for a street fight. And I think that's a really dumb idea, because you're not getting paid. But I think it could go well, because a long time ago, I did see 2 pro fighters fight on the street. Well, one of them was not a pro. He was an amateur, but he was already on his way. He had a lot of fights under his belt. And Bobby Boy, I think he fought my boy David Mendebel when Bobby Boy, it was like a year before he fought Eric Morales' fight. So he had a lot of fights under his belt already. But the thing about that is both of these guys were from a gang. They were both from Westside Verdugo. And the only reason they fought is because my boy David Mendebel actually crossed out Bobby Boy's name from the wall. They're both from the same gang, so nobody jumped in, and it was a great fight. The cops did show up, but I did remember that they did not stop the fight until there was a big old crowd in the streets. Then they had to stop the fight, but nobody even got arrested. The cops were watching the fight because it was a really good fight. They knew it wasn't just 2 normal guys fighting. These guys were pros, and they were beating the ish out of each other. And I don't think that's such a good idea, because they both were beat up pretty bad, and they both went to the same gym, Meadowbrook, so we all know what happened. I really wish I had a camera and a phone back in those days, but they were so expensive, and I was still in high school. I didn't have money, and I didn't have any cell phones. I know it's affordable right now, but back in the day, it wasn't. So yeah, I cannot show you the fight. You could ask Bobby Boy if you could find him on the internet. Go ahead. But yeah, guys, that's what happened, and but right now, what I'm trying to say is that everybody has a phone, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get paid for that street fight anyways, because everybody's gonna have a lot of views. You can put it on YouTube, and the whole boxing world will watch it. But just make the fight in the ring. None of you guys are gangsters. Keyshawn Davis is not a gangster. Gervonta Tank Davis is not a gangster. Don't act gangster when you're not. You know what I mean? I'm more gangster than you guys. You know, I was kicking it with Westside Verdugo all these years, you know, and I never actually got into the gang. But I'm just trying to say is don't fight on the street, because you're not going to get paid and you might get injured. Who knows? You might ruin your boxing career. But guess what, guys? I ain't the biggest. I'm the baddest. And if you want to help out your boy, throw $1 in the super things. I got to go. Peace.